it for real. Go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Season 5, Episode 20 of Radio Labyrinth, or another quarantine episode from our homes. And hey, everybody. How have you been?
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. Just wonderful. It's been
How you
a
doing?
banner week.
Oh, I had a crappy week.
Yeah, you holding up
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, it's all right. It's weird. Today is Catter Day. We record on Saturdays, and it's the first time that since 1997.
Wow.
Long time, but we still have the three doggos, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Did the vet come to your house and do it?
No, I went to the vets.
You had to take him to the vet?
Then you got to go in. They do it where if you're doing a euthanasia, you can go around the corner and go into the vet's office.
Yeah.
What I did, and then they come in and they give the shot. I guess it's to to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just laying there. I thought that had killed him. I'm like, holy shit! I'm like touching his face, and then I saw him breathe, and I'm like, okay, this is as much as I can take. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know any better.
Yeah,
I don't
rest
know
in
anything
peace,
else
Chairman.
after that.
Rest in peace, Chairman. He was a good guy.
Yeah, and then I started listening to cat songs because that's going to be in my playlist editions this week. And there's this one by Lou Barlow, which I'll get to later. And I was like, oh, God, why'd I pick that one? It's like my new Cats in the Cradle, which was a song that made me cry when I was a little kid every time I heard it.
Yeah.
Which is stupid because my dad wasn't like that guy's dad. I don't know why that song is.
Your dad would never give you the car keys.
I never realized Cats in the Cradle was so deep until I got older. I always thought it was like a hey diddle diddle and the man jumped over the moon.
Well, that is in there.
The guy's dad was a dick, and then the son turns into a dick.
Right.
And then, Harry Chapin got, run over by a train.
Did
Hey.
he really? I didn't know that.
Really? He was train hopping?
Railroad, I believe, yeah. There's a great MOD song about it.
About Harry Chapin being a train yard hobo?
No, it's he got in his car and turned the key, headed out on the LIE. That cheapskate Harry drove a Volkswagen Rabbit. That put an end to Harry's cheap habit. You're dead now, Harry. You can't come back. You'll be alive if you drove a Cadillac. Anyway,
Wow.
it's an uplift.
See, you know all these lyrics. I don't know lyrics to anything.
Me either.
I never do.
You never know any lyrics at all. To any
I really like Hotel California. That's about it. I really don't know anything.
It's got to be hard when you're a musician that plays songs.
It's very hard. Even with the band, when we pull out some new tunes, I have to have like a cheat sheet for almost like a year. I can't remember stuff. There's something wrong with my brain.
Well, you have room for other stuff there, and it keeps the lyrics out.
Yeah, well, but I try not to do that.
Right? You remember TV and film dialogue like every other guy and stuff.
Yeah. Well, but even that I F up every once in a while. I can't get it perfect.
Well, that he was 11 years old. Rest in peace, Sherman. And like I said, the dogs keep me. When I'm like feeling shitty, I'll go play with the dogs because they're awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's a tough week. I've had to do that twice in the last 10 years as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's rough, and being in there,
Oh, well, here's something happy. Go to radiolabyrinthpodcast.com, and you can find out how to get our brand new T-shirt, which the artwork is designed by Fuxi. It's a perfect Gen X shirt. There's some elements of the 80s and 90s in it. Did you guys check it out?
It's the coolest. It's such a cool shirt.
Yeah, he does great little cartoons, comics, whatever you want to call them. And that
I was going to color one, but I didn't have access to my work computer where I have all my graphic software, so I could never do it.
Oh, well, we'll get it done, and we'll make the colored one into a sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be fun too. If we issued it as a blank and you can color it yourself.
Yeah, he put that out on Twitter that you
Yeah.
could color it.
Yeah, nobody did it, so.
I was going to do it, but I did my computer at work. I need my work stuff.
I don't check Twitter often enough.
Most people probably just print it out at work, and since nobody is at work,
Right.
because I don't have a printer. Maybe you guys do. I don't have a printer at home. And we also have a mask, so you can get a Radio Labyrinth. Hang on a second.
We do? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't want to call it a mask. It's a face cover.
I'm out of the loop. I haven't seen anything.
Because you don't go to Twitter.
No, I don't.
It's a cool mask, though.
I really don't update our Facebook page that much because nobody's there. They're all at the Radio Shack. So I guess I should post it there.
Yeah, post in the chat.
Yeah, but well, anyway, I'm trying to be an Instagram guy.
Yeah. Well, Instagram is weird. You can't put links in anything.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to navigate that. I'm trying to be a better Insta guy, but.
I'm really getting into Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
No.
You using filters? Are you making
There's too much there. I don't
making yourself look 12?
I feel like a grandpa trying to program a VCR in 1985.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Same with TikTok. I tried that, and it's just stupid. I don't get it. I'm okay, but I'm not a teenager.
No.
Or Jeff.
Or Jeff. Well, Jeff, you know why Jeff has TikTok.
Oh, right. Because of the preteens.
Oh God.
No, our friend Stu's son is on TikTok.
Podcast math stuff.
You mind?
Tim, turn your mic up.
Is this better?
Yeah.
It is better, yes.
So, Jeff, you're back at work. How's that?
Yeah, same as it ever was. Feels like everybody thinks the pandemic is over,
So,
which it's not.
are all the people that you work with back in the office?
Yep.
Wow. And Steph, you never left work. And Ira, are you working?
Yeah, but I basically don't work with anybody else around me, so it's fine.
Yeah, we still wear masks though in my office, and it's all the social distance stuff. I will tell you guys though, here's the difference is we've kind of turned a corner in people's behavior, because like when it first started, it was people were very nice, and they were, I guess because they were freaked out, everybody was scared they were going to die. Now, as you have seen in the news recently, with people getting shot over the masks and whatnot, being asked to wear one.
Yeah.
So now what's happening when we screen at the door, which we do still in our office, you have to get your temperature taken. You have to wear a mask in our office. We only let so many people in at a time to have their blood work, all this other kind of stuff. Now we're getting people who are very belligerent about wearing a mask.
Why are they belligerent about it?
I guess because they didn't die yet. They don't think they're going to, and they think it's bullshit. We're getting a lot of these false flag jackasses. It's a false flag. This is all perpetrated. Yeah. So we had a couple this week that were pretty shitty. My boss, she don't take any kind of crap. It's like if Ruth from Ozark was your boss. That's my boss. And she'll be like, I ain't scared of these motherfuckers. Fuck them. They can go to hell. I don't give a shit. She does not care.
Oh, what? Just won't let him in?
No, there was some guy the other day, he came up there starting his shit, taking his mask off. She said, take your mask off. We'll call the cops. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
What?
You stupid ass.
What?
Oh, I'll kill you.
What are you talking about? Finish your story.
it.
Finish your story.
Oh, why did I do that? Here I was trying. You guys suck. You suck. Here, I was just trying to bring some levity to people's lives.
Ira completely disappeared. Look at that.
How do I fix mine?
I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, Jesus.
And mine's backwards.
But can you see the necessity of tweezers? Do you see?
Your caption was the best.
Look
What was
at
it?
look at what my
Oh, mag flautist.
I was a freaking K woman, and I was too fat for any of the band uniforms that they just happened to have on. They had to special order my fat band uniform.
Listen, if you're listening at home, we have pictures of, so just go check it out on our YouTube.
Who did this, Jeff?
I don't know anything about it.
I mean, I already saw I forgot who did it. I think it was Seth Lawrence put me in the Sgt. Pepper band.
You gotta send that.
Yeah, and then Dustin, he did a whole other thing. It was like a thing for a movie that I was in called This One Time at Band Camp was the name of the movie.
Well, let's stick her out of that.
But you can get rid of it now.
And
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to leave that in the past.
all right.
My sister, she's been cleaning out my stepdad's house, and she's been finding like all kinds of these old pictures, and she just has been sending me stuff like that. And pictures of me with an old boyfriend Yeah, he was like my Woody Allen.
Why, he was your dad?
I mean, he was old enough almost to be my dad.
I was saying to those. I mean, you guys, you got some balls putting that on there. I couldn't do that.
Oh, why not?
Posting that. Oh man, I got some stuff.
I say do it, Ira. I mean, I walked around the world looking like that. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Outfit?
I kind of did too, actually. Almost looking like that.
I have a picture of Jeff playing a tuba or pretending to play a tuba. Or was it a baritone? Did you have the baritone or the tuba in marching?
It was the baritone.
Yeah, Jeff would never play it. He just pretended to play it and walk down the street with it. Never played it. Didn't you do that in regular band too?
I sometimes played a little in regular band.
Because he would know then.
Yeah.
why did you pretend? You just pretended to play it. You never bothered to learn.
Yeah, it's a marching band. I couldn't march and play at the same time. One or the other.
I got kicked out of marching, so I wasn't there.
Couldn't march and play at the same time.
Ridiculous.
That was good.
And we had to wear these stupid rubber spats.
Yeah, they were horrible.
And no shoes that I had would fit. I couldn't wear any shoes with the rubber spats on them, so I just had to wear socks, rubber shoes.
You were in Dunkirk or something.
Every fucking rock you'd step on, you'd fucking kill yourself.
Jeff and I started, seventh grade in 1982, right? So we're in junior band, which is junior high kids, and we had the same marching band uniforms that my mom had, and she graduated in '64 from the same high school. Same uniforms. They switched them over, but the ones we had first were wool, 100% wool, and they switched to polyester.
They're so unforgiving.
Oh God, yeah, they suck.
And I guess because we were all from northern towns, they had the hottest band uniforms you could possibly get.
Yep. We didn't do very many parades in the summer that I remember, anyway.
Somebody would always pass out though during the Memorial Day parade.
Yeah.
I remember they made us play "The Greatest Love of All" for graduation.
Oh.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. The flute is not a good replacement for Whitney Houston's voice.
No. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? What's going
Well, I
on?
just want to say we finished that up or whatever, but R.I.P. Sherman, though. He was a hell of a cat. I've never seen a cat with baseball mitt gloves like that before.
Giant feet, right? Giant front paws.
Amazing.
He had 7 on one hand or one paw and 8 on the other claws. Then he had them up his leg too. Weird.
I mean, it's like, that's a unicorn. He was a unicorn cat.
Yeah.
He was one of them Hemingway cats.
Yeah, something like that. What do they call that? Polydactyl.
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 But he didn't drink or shoot himself.
Like Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway.
He didn't have a couple of hot granddaughters.
Oh yeah.
Star baby.
Eric's the best.
Manhattan.
So we lost a legend. We found out this morning, today as we were recording this that 87 years young, Little Richard passed away.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You said, I wonder if it was Corona, and that didn't even cross my mind. I just saw 87, and it's like, all right, well, that makes sense.
If it had been Corona, they would have made a big deal about it, right?
You're breaking up, Tim.
I said,
No, I think it's your flippy thing. I think you need to move your flippy thing. Yeah. And come on in for the
Is that
real thing. Is that better?
Keep talking.
is that better? Hello.
Yes, that's 1,000 times better.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, he passed away, but if it had been COVID, they would have addressed it that way. But,
I don't know. A lot of people may be embarrassed about it.
Really? Why?
Really? Why? Yeah.
I don't know. They just think they don't want their relatives to be associated with this pandemic. You know what I mean?
No.
Not really. Is that a thing out there that people are embarrassed about it?
Well, I think if someone dies now, they don't want to say, oh, that they died during this when everybody was dying.
That's true.
Little Richard, for God's sake. The guy fucking invented rock and roll.
Maybe somebody showed him the old commercial he did with that old Charlie commercial that he did. Remember with that model? What's her name? Cindy Crawford.
I don't remember that one.
I don't remember it.
they had to redo it because when they first put it out, she was singing and she was way out of tune.
Oh yeah.
Redo it with someone else singing. Yeah, it was terrible.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, Charlie Perfume was, I mean, it was swill. So, I mean, that's pretty much her singing was as good as it deserved.
And then pretty much Little Richard ended up just being touring, I guess, but he was a commercial pitch man for just about everything, wasn't he? In the 80s and 90s, late 80s and throughout the 90s.
Did
Yeah.
he? I don't remember a lot of that.
Pepsi, Charlie.
I don't remember all that stuff. I mean, I just remember
He's,
his.
he's one of those guys that released a bunch of singles and then quit early to go
Yeah.
be a minister, right?
Did he?
Yeah, and then in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, people were interested in him again, and he came out and was Little Richard again. But for a long time, he was a preacher.
Oh, so after those early hits?
Yeah, he left the scene pretty
Oh,
quick
I didn't know that.
after he had all those hits. Yeah.
Did he
Huh.
live his life out of the closet ever?
No.
Do you think he was gay? I don't know. Is he? I don't know. I never.
Liberace?
Oh yeah.
He is.
Liberace? No.
Liberace.
No, Little Richard was certainly known. I don't think he ever got on camera somewhere and said, "Oh yeah, I'm gay," and but I think it was known, and I feel like there was interviews where he said, even in some of his popular songs like Tutti Frutti, he said, "Yeah, I was singing about a man, not a woman, but you could take it either way." So I feel like there's interviews out there where he has said that.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Sure likes the ball. Sure likes the ball. When you're rocking and rolling, can't you hear your mama call? From the early, early morning to the early, early night. You can see Miss Molly rocking at the House of Blue Light. Good golly, Miss Molly. Sure likes the ball. When you're rocking and rolling, can't you hear your mama call?
Sounds like locker room talk, sir.
You can reach out and grab him by the ding dong. When she hugs me and kiss me, make me ting-a-ling-a-ling. Good golly, Miss Molly, sure like the ball. When you're rolling, can't you hear my pencil? Peace, Little Richard.
It's a lovely tribute, sir.
Yeah, it's like discovering him all over again.
It is. Tiny dick.
What are you going to do then now that Mike Pence's assistant has coronavirus?
I was very angry about seeing Vice President Pence's personal valet, whatever. So I want to fire the jerk. But they look, these religious nuts. They don't think masks or gloves help. They just they want to pray it away. Well, you can't pray the Rona away. Okay? So get a tube. You got to get an intubation. You got to have the ventilator shoved down your throat. Or at the very least, take the hydrochloroquine, right? Hydroxychloroquine. It's the miracle cure. Just kidding.
I just drank my fish tank.
Dr. Fauci says you're not supposed to take that stuff. Take the remdesivir. The remdesivir is a company that I've invested in heavily, so I prefer you take
No, I'll support that.
good antiviral. I'm the smart guy. Me and Dr. Scarfneck.
Scarfneck.
Guy. Taller than me. She kicks me in the balls, and I flip around and land on top of her head.
Hey, Dr. Fauci, did you do any more cooking last week? Did you make a nice money got?
I made a manigot, and then
Yeah.
gabagoo. But I got such really bad LDL. I can't eat a lot of gabagoo.
No, I thought you were gonna make meatballs this week. You got your meatballs recipe ready to go?
Meatballs, turkey and emu. Turkey, emu, and alpaca. They're all low meat, and then maybe a little fish.
I'll be looking forward to that. Well, I heard there's a meat shortage, so yeah, you got to go with fish and turkey.
Like Kroger said, you can have meat, but you got to be flexible. That grocery store Kroger said that, well, we'll have meat, but people are going to have to be flexible. Like,
You might have to eat some yak. I
Yeah, you
mean,
got to eat turtle meat.
Turtle meat.
Rattlesnake meat.
They still
alligator.
They have plenty of bat. I'm telling you. Rest assured,
Yeah.
they're not going to run out of bat.
People aren't eating bat like they used to. And fly off the shelf.
Since they came out with that impossible bat.
Yeah.
I'll try that. I'll try the impossible bat.
One of those rubber beds.
Yeah. I had the Beyond Bat breakfast sandwich this morning at Dunkin' Donuts. It was really good.
Get it at the Beyond Wet Mark. Did you, speaking of bats, did everybody watch What We Do in the Shadows this week?
Yes.
What a fucking, I love Colin. He's my favorite character on the show. So obviously it was a great episode for me.
I didn't realize he had powers. Like he really does have powers.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
When he gets enough energy.
Yeah.
Look, I'm flying. He's just coasting down the hall. And I love that he was draining all of them. It's
Mhm.
miserable. No, to put up the painting. Oh yeah, the paint. They're hanging paintings for some reason in their their parlor, and they discover that what's that one guy's name? The
Laszlo?
huh?
Nando?
Nando, yeah, that he had pillaged her town and destroyed everybody, deformed everybody. We were just having fun. But Colin was great at his office, and his eyes lighting up, and he's shaving that big head. He's just I got Caitlin to watch it with me, and she was laughing.
Well, I mean, the energy vampire part of it, I don't care if you don't care anything about vampires, just the fact that you know somebody like him, and then to have him be your boss, it was like a perfect situation for him.
When he got called into HR, you thought he was going to get fired, but then they fucking promoted him to be the boss.
Ira, I wish you would go back, give it a chance. If there was one episode that I could pick for Ira to watch, it would be the one with what's her face from SNL, Molly. What's her name?
Shannon?
No, not Molly Shannon. Not Molly. Anyway, the one chick from SNL. Whenever she was the other energy vampire, and she came to work at his job.
Vanessa Bayer.
Yes, Vanessa Bayer.
She was great,
and they were both energy vampires.
Well, I mean,
they did
I
it
will
totally different ways.
I will definitely take that up. Take you up on that, because as you know, you are my TV guru. Everything you recommend, I know is going to be great.
Except for Upload. Steph hates Upload.
I don't hate it. I just don't like the people in it. I'm sorry.
Totally not a series that you'd think that I would watch, but I blew through all of it. It was pretty good. And then the end pissed me off because there was no resolution.
Wait, stop. You're talking about Upload?
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching it, but I'm in the middle of it, so try not to kill me on it.
Well, no spoilers, but now you got to wait for season 2, and it's like, when's that coming out?
Yeah.
2 years, probably.
2 years.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm watching it too. It's good, but there is something I will admit, Steph. There is something about it, at least at the beginning, where the writing is not 100%. You know.
I just wish you've never seen the movie though.
What movie?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh no, we're talking about Upload.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you're agreeing with me about the. I'm sorry. I was lost. I'm sorry. Okay, I see. Yes, so you're with me on that part of it. That the writing is.
I was getting like, I'm not sure if this is good, but I'm enjoying it, so I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
You would think that a show like that would piss me off. Because of the sign that said, what, Oprah, Michelle Obama.
Yeah, Oprah and Kamala.
Yeah.
But I don't care. And then, everybody's doing the, I mean, it is what it is. I just enjoyed it. I can't explain why.
That's like the same. Yeah, I get the same feeling.
I don't know his name, but the main actor, I like him.
I like him too.
Robbie Amal.
And then Kurt Russell's son's in it, right? What's his name?
Wyatt's in it?
No, he's not in it.
Oh.
Him?
No, Dud from Lodge 49, he's not in that.
Well, then who's that? The guy that reminds me of Kurt Russell then? His buddy, the army guy.
Yeah, the only thing I know him from is Loosely Exactly Nicole. I don't think you guys watched that.
Boy, I'm confused.
He was her boyfriend on Loosely Exactly Nicole, Nicole Bayer.
Well, he's good character, that guy.
Yeah, he's fine.
And the little kid.
And that little kid that's like 40 years old.
Yeah, I'm 40. I'm 18. I don't have any bald hair. The concept of it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next season.
And it's cool because when someone's dead, you can still talk to them. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
If your relative dies, you could send them there, and then you can still communicate with them and hang out with them and stuff.
I think there more people wouldn't want to talk to.
Ever want to talk to him again, and you were glad. Do you have to talk to him?
No, but there's elements of all that philosophy in the show.
Well, that's true.
It's kind of like Greg Daniels' take on The Good Place. but not as much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, and the
And
Good Place
so
is
you-
like all right.
Are
Well,
you
then-
guys
sorry.
excited about the David Cross and Bob Odenkirk Mr. Show?
I bought a
special
ticket
that's
for
coming
that Wednesday.
up? It's Wednesday, so you got to pay.
I think it's like $12.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Well, it made
What?
me think. It's been a long time since I watched that show. You guys all like Mr. Show, right?
No, I never watched it.
Loved it. Lived for it.
I never watched Mr. Show.
No, I never watched Mr. Show. I mean, I think I watched one or two of them, but I never got into it.
Wow.
Jeff recommended it to me for years, and I never got into it till about 1998, maybe.
Yeah.
The thing that I remember most is, because there were episodes I hadn't seen, so I was watching it in a hotel room with my cousin. It was the night before our grandmother's funeral in Pennsylvania, and of course, I brought a joint. Now this is '99, I think, and I brought a joint, and we got really, really high, and I fell off the bed laughing at the Pumpkin Innie or the Gagortian one. I don't remember what it was. No, it was the Teardrop Awards. You guys know the Teardrop Awards. The Mount Sorrel with Bob Odenkirk's like supposed to be Brian Wilson, and they're making fun of all that shit. And it was their episodes were so funny that I guess we got hung over from laughing, and we were late for the funeral, and it was very important. And then later on, Jeff and I were in East Atlanta. We were at the Gravity Pub, which is gone now. That was a bar I used to like to go to, and we ran into David Cross, Tom Kenny, and Jill Talley there. And then I embarrassed myself, and they made fun of me.
What did you say to them?
I said, "You guys make me laugh so hard," and I told them the story about laughing so hard I cried and fell off the bed. And David Cross went, "We're comedy onions." And I was like, yeah, he's very sarcastic.
Of course.
He's kind of a dildo. I don't think
Yeah.
I ever want to meet him.
And Dave Willis told that funny story about giving David Cross his business card, and David Cross took the business card and like kissed it, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Did you guys know that? Of course, you guys know this show. But anyway, Mr. Show comes from the '90s and really launched the careers and amplified the careers of people who were already working. Of so many people, you Bob Odenkirk and Dave Cross. They get together to make this show. But you also have Tom Kenny, Jill Talley, Brian Posehn, Paul F. Tompkins, Scott Aukerman, Mary Lynn Ricegub, Scott Adsit, Jay Johnston, to a lesser degree. And then there were also people who were already getting a lot of work at that time. Sarah Silverman, Jack Black, Pat Oswalt, Janine Garofalo, all those people. And
Michael McKean was on there too.
yeah. So, yeah, he was in the one sketch about
Yeah.
but Odenkirk, I didn't even know this. I was looking into it. He started writing for SNL in the late 80s and left in, I think, 91.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I know he wrote for them. I just didn't know it was that early. But
Huh.
so you have 4 seasons with 30 shows. And then eventually they come back on Netflix and do with Bob and David. And that featured most of the cast. And they did 4 or 5 episodes of that. And I think they want to do more. Of course, they can't do that right now.
But how did that come off though? I thought people were kind of like with those when they.
I was with it.
Yeah.
I loved them. I thought they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
They were good.
yeah, they
Not
weren't
as good as the old show.
right. But, so I thought we'd talk a little bit about where everybody went after the show. Because at the same time, you had Silverman, Ricegub, Odenkirk, and Garofalo. They were all recurring or permanent characters on the Larry Sanders Show. And that came from their relationships with Judd Apatow and with Ben Stiller. And they worked with Ben Stiller as well. Tom Kenny went on to be SpongeBob SquarePants. David Cross has done tons of CDs, comedy specials, TV roles, film roles, and of course ended up on Arrested Development, a main character. Ricegub went on to be on 24 as Chloe O'Brien.
And a great recurring character on Always Sunny.
That's right. Isn't she?
Gail the Snail.
Or Gail Snail, yeah. From high school, right? Or
Salt the Snail.
Yeah. But arguably the most successful post Mr. Show has got to be Bob Odenkirk because of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
Breaking
right?
Bad, yeah. He's probably the most. Well, I mean, for a while there, David Cross with the rest of Development, everybody knew that. So.
Right.
I would never.
Brian's done a lot of stuff too.
What?
Just bit parts though, mostly.
Who?
Brian Posehn.
Posehn.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's super funny. I think
Yeah.
he's great.
I mean, he's just well known in the stand-up world
Yeah,
really
he's
well.
hilarious stand-up. We saw.
Oh,
him.
he's great.
And then Odenkirk did a bunch of stuff at Adult Swim too, right? With Tim and Eric.
Yeah, he was on Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Yeah.
One of my favorite episodes of Tom Goes to the Mayor ever is whenever he's the optometrist for Two Eyes for the Third World, and they're giving away all these glass eyes to kids that don't have eyeballs.
Oh, jeez.
And they're only the misshapen crap eyes from the factory. Instead of throwing them away, they give them to these kids in different countries, and then there'll be like all these kids, and they've got all these different misshapen glass eyes.
It's so wrong.
It's so terrible.
It's so wrong.
The last guy I want to mention, and if I leave anybody out, you guys correct me, but Scott Aukerman, he went on to be on to create Comedy Bang Bang, right?
Yeah.
And he is a co-creator of Between Two Ferns, and he is a co-founder of Earwolf Podcast Network. So he's done a lot too. Do you remember the first sketch you saw him in on Mr. Show?
No, I don't remember him really being on the show. I know he wrote a lot of the sketches.
They did a parody of Boogie Nights called "It's Insane That Guy's Taint," and it was
Oh, the taint. Oh my god.
they're in the shitty apartment, and he's just a really good at taking pictures of taint.
He's got a 5-inch taint, man.
Taint misbehaving. Yeah.
Oh, I know. No, that's not what. I want to see that. That's the goddamn taint.
And then Bob Odenkirk is a principal, but he's the one who's also the producer. He's the scumbag. Soars all over. He's so great on that show. So anyway, yeah, I guess I'll watch it. $12, and it's Wednesday night, so that would be what day of the week?
13th.
13th. Yeah, that's cool.
That is very cool.
What's your favorite Mr. Show sketch of all time? We'll start with Steph.
Of all time, I told you I have a hard time picking, so I just put 3.
Couple.
Okay, so probably my favorite, if I had to pick one, would be Blow Up the Moon.
Hey, you stupid monkey!
We've got the technology. The time is now to blow up the moon, and it's such a perfect portrayal of the idiot faction of our country.
Absolutely.
That
blow that fucker up.
We don't need the moon. It's been there for far too long, and it's doing nothing for us.
We need to blow up the moon, make the moon blow up again. Great hats.
Right. And then whenever the president, Whitey Corngood, is President Whitey Corngood. And he was like, we can do it. But anyway, so Blow Up the Moon is one of my favorites. And 3 times 1 minus 1, Ooh Girl Ooh.
Oh God, yeah, I love that.
That one's good. But one of the shortest ones, and this is right up there with one of my favorites, is the Expert Truck. And like last week on your other show, Tim, every time Eric brings up experts, that's all I ever think about is the Expert Truck. The Expert Trucks are coming. When they go into that room and they're like, we need an expert on, Teflon pans. We need an expert on, and they all just come running up and then they throw them in the back of that pickup truck and they're like, yeah.
They're like day workers, day laborers.
Right. That's what Jack Black. That's one of the ones Jack Black's in.
How about you, Jeff?
I picked Titanica. That's probably my all-time favorite.
Oh, that's the. Is that the one with the kid? That's
the kid is fucking hot dog for arms and legs.
And that's when they're in the hot tub, right?
Yeah.
Dude, look at my hard dick. You guys are gay. Fuck you. We're not gay.
But the kid tried to kill himself while he listened to the song "Try Suicide."
Yeah.
Next song,
his parents sued him, but they won.
Yeah. Then they wrote another song that was "Try It Again." Yeah.
Ira, we're gonna get to influence you to go back and you're gonna watch Mr. Show. I've got him on DVD. If I have to loan him to you, I will.
Oh yeah, I got time for that.
Reveal when they try and give the kid the T-shirt and they pull the blanket up and he's just fucking hot dogs for arms and legs.
When they give him the hat, and he's like, "Yay!"
Pride Posade fucking passes out in the background. That one I put lie detector on there too. That's a funny one.
That's classic.
That is a good one. Have you ever stopped a moving train? Yeah. What's it like? It's crack. Get you.
It's great. It's get you real high.
Yeah.
And that mayo starred mayo mustard nays
I don't
sketch
like
from season 3, episode 5 is visionary because they have all that shit now.
No, that's true.
Mm-hmm. An honorable mention, Senator Tinkerbell is all kinds of odd.
Jimmy's puppet on his knee.
Oh, limber legs went walking.
I have a couple, so I'll just throw them out there. The rapist coming. Don't get raped. Odenkirk with the car. A lot of people aren't buying insurance these days. I don't know why. My name is Larry Cleast. I'm a rapist. Oh, God. And what was the one that I put up there? I forgot. I got to scroll down a little bit. Because my
Monster Mash.
Oh, what's that?
The Monster Mash one.
Oh, yeah.
Parody of Monster Mash.
Well, it's a parody of a lot of things. First of all, they have Bob Odenkirk playing Dr. Retarded, who's supposed to be so, and he's in his mom's mom. This is by Billy G and the Twilgers. But the basic premise of this guy is such a loser, and he goes into a cemetery and he thinks that there's a monster mash going on there. And then he gets hypnotized, and the lady says, "Why were you in the graveyard?" And he goes, "I just wanted to dig up a corpse and have sex." This guy, who's the host of the show, and he's beaten off. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That, and I also like the Fairsley Foods one. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
Fairsley Foods is this big giant supermarket, and then they're going up against this little small one, and they go,
they have all those commercials.
Yeah, he goes, "You won't find rats. No one steals your children." So they have to make these commercials. I don't know where that came from. We have apples. We've all now at one exclusive location. There's just too many to name, but those are.
Oh, the cock rings.
Oh yeah, Cockring Warehouse.
Yeah.
Winter storms have left us over with cock.
The Dillinger.
Too many to name. Iron, just get in a zone and go to YouTube and watch a bunch of different ones.
Oh, but, well, I mean, where can you find it on streaming services anyway?
Nowhere.
Really? I mean,
HBO should have it.
do they?
They should, because they ran the series. You ought to be able to go back and watch the old ones, like on HBO Go or something.
Yeah, I think they do have them all on there.
I don't think they have Mr. Show or Larry Sanders on there, do they?
I don't know. Let's look into that.
What's the deal with HBO Max, by the way? Isn't that coming out soon?
Yeah, the 27th, I think it starts.
What's it? Does everybody have HBO? Are they just going to automatically get that?
I don't think they've said yet,
Oh.
but I don't know. I'm sick of these people. We're already paying for cable. Why are they penalizing us? And if we're already paying for HBO, I'm not going to pay for another fucking HBO.
Well, no, I think if you're paying for cable and you're paying for HBO, I think you're going to get it.
That's what I'm hoping, but I haven't heard. You'd think they would say by now.
Is there going to be certain shows that they're only going to show on HBO Max?
I don't know.
There's some stuff that's just going to be on HBO Max, yeah.
Like how FX has this thing where some stuff only streams on FX for Hulu.
Hulu, yeah. I don't know about that. However, I think HBO Max is going to have all the Warner Brothers stuff, right?
Friends.
It's going to have like all the Turner stuff and all the, right?
Yeah.
Like TBS stuff and TNT stuff. And so if you don't pay for cable and you're just streaming, it'll be probably a good service to have because you'll be able to get all these channels.
That's cool.
Yeah,
from what I've read.
I don't pay for HBO. Jeff pays for HBO, and then I steal Jeff's HBO.
I mean, no, you don't.
Yeah. Might as well. Get our money's worth.
Yeah, well, I know every time Jeff goes on there and he sees recently watched Insecure, he's like, I didn't watch this shit.
No.
Nah, I didn't look at that.
Well, I canceled my Hulu, so I can't watch What We Do in the Shadows anyway.
You could probably,
FX.
yeah, watch it on FX.
Oh, yeah. All right. I will try.
Thank you.
Stuck.
Not because of you guys, but because of Steph.
You should watch the one
appreciate it.
where with every classic vampire ever. Like Blade is on there, and
Mm.
what episode was that?
This is like
Season
the
one?
last episode of the
Yeah,
season.
one of the last episodes of season 1.
But you cancel Hulu before the freaking Red Cloak show comes back.
What is that?
You know, with the chicks and
Oh,
the...
Handmaiden. Yeah, I
Yeah.
never watched any of that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you watched
I
that.
didn't watch that either.
However, I've been
That's you-
watching. I was
you
watching
watch
Mrs. I was watching Mrs. America. Have you guys watched that?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Mm.
Is it getting any better?
No.
All right, good. So that was the only reason I wasn't going to cancel, is to continue watching it. But then I just canceled it.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. No, it's actually pretty boring.
Right.
Why is it boring? It's an important time in U.S. history.
It is. On paper, it looks like it'd be something I'd be into. But I don't know. I watched, I think, 3 episodes, and I was like, just wasn't doing it for me.
I can only watch. I can only watch all women shows like that if they eventually evolve into some sort of Kill Bill fight scene.
Okay.
Other than that, it gets pretty old. That's great. Is that that is Ron Perlman as Beauty and the Beast, is it not?
Mhm. Yep. And-
Stunning.
Well, let's see. So you want to do our playlist next, or do you want to do the game that I did with thanks to Ira?
Yeah, let's do the game.
Let's do the game.
Yeah, let's do the game.
Well, Ira had an idea for me to read Tutti Frutti and stuff like that in Mike Ehrmantraut's voice, and I said, I like that idea, and then I changed it, and then Jeff changed it again. So now
Right.
a game called Mike's a Mom That's Got It Going On. Jeff,
What's that?
why did you name it Mike's a Mom That's Got It Going On?
I just thought it was funny.
It's a good title.
Now, do we have a picture of Mike Ehrmantraut here in drag? Is that what it is?
Yes.
And that is.
Where's-
What is that from?
It's from that show Crazy Like a Fox from like
What is it?
1985.
Oh, yeah?
Jonathan Banks is on there as an undercover in
Oh.
drag the entire episode.
He looks like my old boss. All right, so Mike's a Mom That's Got It Going On is a very easy game. I am going to read you a quote from a famous TV mom in Mike Ehrmantraut's voice, and then you have to guess based on the 3 answers I'm giving you. So these are multiple choice, and let me finish before you shout out the answer. How does that
Okay.
sound? You 3 are playing each other. This is not as hard as that other dumb game I played.
Okay.
Move your face, Jeff. There you go.
All right, everybody. I don't really like playing these kind of stupid games, but I do like your show. I've been catching up. I went all the way back to episode 2. Started from there.
Well, I like hearing your voice, Mike.
I like
Soothing.
you guys, all 3 of you, not Tim. He's a little grouchy. All right, you guys ready for number 1? There are
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. Everyone loves a good gag, but sometimes practical jokes just aren't funny. Was that A, Elise Keaton, B, Carol Brady, or C, Louise Jefferson?
I'm going to say Carol Brady.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Carol Brady also.
I'm going to say Louise Jefferson.
Yeah?
Jeff and Ira each get a point.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
That's from the Brady Bunch Season 2, Episode 13, The Impractical Joker, one of Jan's practical jokes boomerang.
Mike, you don't seem like a guy who would be into practical jokes.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
They make me very angry.
You know who likes practical jokes? Gus Fring.
Well, he might.
Yeah, your old boss.
Leave Nacho alone. His father. Here's number 2. I'm going into the kitchen to see to it that the cheese dip doesn't fall out of the dish. That A, Lily Munster. B, Samantha Stevens.
Huh.
C, Peg Bundy.
I'm going. Go ahead, Steph.
I say Peg Bundy.
I'm gonna say A.
Yeah, Lily Munster.
Score 1 for the gentleman. That's
Yes.
one
Damn it.
played by Yvonne DiCarlo.
Oh yeah.
Nudes of her if you Google.
Yeah, I like her.
Number 3.
Thanks, Mike. Mike, I'm glad you're so enthusiastic about this.
V. What can I say? This family has had its differences, and we've squabbled, but we've never had knife fights before, and I blame this house. That A, Peggy Hill, B, Marge Simpson, or C, Lois Griffin.
I'm starting. I'm going with Marge. Sounds like a
Marge or Lois. I'm gonna say Lois Griffin.
I'm gonna go with Lois as well.
And Ira takes
yes.
Damn it! I've never sucked worse at a game. This is like the worst.
Yeah, you knew it had to be either Marge or Lois.
Maybe it's because I'm not a mother.
Oh, you're a mother already. Mother.
We're all mothers.
a grumpy grandma.
Mm.
Huh?
I was gonna say you're a motherfucker.
Well, yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I mean,
I thought we weren't cursing today.
I'm sorry. No, you said that. You said you weren't going to.
Okay.
I didn't agree to that.
Well, you guys should be cursing extra because I'm not allowed to.
Well, that's why I'm trying to get involved in it. Yeah, trying to mix it up.
I need to keep going. One of my moles is growing over my eyelid.
Sorry about that, Mike.
Just kidding. Number 6. You know, I consider myself a pretty good judge of people. That's why I don't like none of them. That A, Peggy Bundy, B, Betty Rubble, or C, Roseanne Connor.
Roseanne.
Yeah, it's Roseanne.
I'll go with Betty Rubble.
Well, now it's 3-1-3. Jeff and Steph got that one.
Yeah, you know what? I knew it was. Who was the last one?
Roseanne.
I knew it was Roseanne, but I didn't want to agree with the two of you.
Like to be difficult.
Yeah.
Understood. Moving on. Be a good Catholic for 15 fucking minutes. Is that so much to ask? Is that A, Wendy Bird, B, Abby Donovan, or C, Carmela Soprano?
Carmela.
I'm gonna say Abby.
Donovan? Did you say Abby? Yeah, I'm going with Abby.
Jeff takes the lead.
Oh, Jeff.
To be a good fucking Catholic for 15 fucking minutes. Mother's birthday. On your mother's birthday.
Sorry. Where are we? This is number
7?
Oh. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what they're going to pay you. They're going to pay you what all jobs pay. Less than you're worth and just enough to keep you crawling back for more. Is that A, Lois Wilkerson, B, Marion Ross, or C, Roseanne Connor?
I'm gonna say Roseanne again.
I'm going with Marion Ross.
Everyone,
I don't know what the first one was, but I'll say that.
Lois Wilkerson. That's your answer, Jeff?
Yeah.
That sounds like something you would say, Mike.
Lois Wilkerson is the mother on Malcolm in the Middle, and that's the answer.
Ah,
Yeah, that one I didn't know.
I did not realize that.
Insurmountable lead, but we have 2 more, so let's do them. I lived with him for 40 years. I never saw him trying on my underwear. As soon as he leaves the house, he turns into J. Edgar Hoover.
Oh, I know this.
A, Estelle Costanza,
Yeah.
Marie Barone, or C, Ellie Ewing.
Come on, we all know this, right? I'm going with A. It's Estelle.
Jeff?
Costanza.
I'm going with Estelle.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't have a good poker face on that one.
Well, you guys did good. That was the answer.
Yeah. Did you guys see that beer picture I sent?
I haven't started drinking the Estelle beer like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Some craft brew company in Illinois made a Estelle Costanza beer.
Is it good?
I don't know. I just saw it online. Somebody posted it, but on the back it says, "Why can't you be more like that Lloyd Braun?" Sorry, Mike.
I wonder what they say when they sneeze. I mean, do they say, God bless you or Buddha bless you? Is that A, Lori Petrie, B, Edith Bunker, or C, Lucy Ricardo?
Huh. Who was the first one?
Lori Petrie,
What's she from?
Dick Van Dyke Show.
Oh yeah.
Rob.
These are all too old school for me. I'm gonna go with A.
I'm gonna say the All in the Family one, right? Was All in the Family one of them?
Oh, Edith Bunker was.
Yeah, Edith
Yeah.
Bunker.
Steph,
I'll go with Edith.
and that's the right answer.
Ah. Wow, I really sucked it.
I should have just been waiting for you guys to answer and then stealing your answers this whole damn game.
There's only 2 more. I know I keep saying that, but
It's gonna be 2 more until midnight.
2. If this sauce was a person, I'd get naked and make love to it. That A, Maggie Seaver, B, Sophia Petrillo, or C, Dorothy Zabornak.
I don't know the last 2.
I'll say
Golden
B.
Girls.
It sounds like a Sopranos thing.
No, I say it's. All right, yeah, I'm gonna say that it's
Yeah.
B, Sophia.
Yeah, Patillo.
Sophia Estelle Geddes. She was a looker. Zabornak was to throw you off. That was, of course, B. Arthur's character. on the show.
Okay.
I see.
Last one.
Yay.
You cannot make authentic. You don't like this game?
No, I'm just I like coming to the end of anything.
Before you move on, though, Mike, I just want to ask: out of the Golden Girls, the 4 of them, which one would you bang?
Oh.
Everybody knows the answer to that question. Rue McClanahan.
He's dead, Mike.
They're all dead except for Betty White.
I know.
That's crazy.
Saying I don't have any options. Everybody has options. I'm not
You're
banging.
just in the cemetery trying to dig up Estelle Getty so you can have sex with her.
Stop, or my mom will.
Like Lake Placid, where Betty White had the giant alligator in her pond. That was the last movie I ever saw. Last question, quote, whatever. You cannot make authentic guacamole out of lima beans and Ritz crackers. Is that A, Linda Belcher, B, Edna Garrett, or C, Peggy Hill?
Just because we haven't heard from her, I'm going with Linda Garrett.
I'll say the Bob's Burgers one. Belcher.
Steph?
I'll go with Linda.
Nope, you're all wrong. Peggy Hill.
Ah. I
Well,
guess I should have known that. That Peggy be making some sort of Mexican food or something like that. Tex-Mex.
Jeff got 6. Steph and I are tied at 4. Good job, guys.
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, I'm surprised you lived through it, Mike. You sound like you were gonna die like halfway through the game. It's a
No,
struggle.
life has choices. Everyone makes a choice that puts you on a road.
You know, Mike, I think you were more enthusiastic later in your life during Breaking Bad than you were earlier in your life during Better Call Saul.
Well, I had to kill a German.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe you started liking that life later on, and that's why you were more enthusiastic. That makes sense.
Eager to kill. Like, you guys want to do the playlist now and what we watched and wrap it up?
Yeah, I
Sounds
gotta
good.
wrap it up. Actually, I might even have to bail. But
Well, let's do the playlist first.
All right.
You go first.
I don't have one, so you guys go. But I'll put one to put on the real playlist.
Okay. Steph?
Oh, well, this week it's all prog rock. Very
Oh, nice.
in a prog rock kind of mood this week. So my first one is just a blazing ass jam, Starship Trooper by Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a freaking jam. And then my second one is Nice, Nice, Very Nice by Ambrosia and the Alan Parsons Project. You know that song, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I need to look that up because I like both those bands.
Oh, oh man, it's such a great song.
Project. Doesn't anybody fucking knock?
then the last one is it's a Rush tune. It was off of the album with Free Will and all that stuff, but it's Natural Science.
Okay.
It's the closest thing that I'm ever gonna like to some jam band shit. Oh, and the only reason why I say that is because it's a damn 8 minutes long. The song is.
That's a great album too.
It is, and Natural Science. There's 1,000 changes. It's like 10 songs in one, but it's a great tune. So those are my songs this week. I mean, I've got this whole prog rock playlist that I've been listening to with a bunch of all these different ones on it.
Cool. Go ahead, Jeff.
Mine are mostly 70s songs, like usual. I put Time Passages by Al Stewart.
Good song.
And I put Living Thing by ELO. And I put Vincent by Don McLean.
Oh,
All lovely tunes.
that song is sad. Sing it, Jeff. Sing a little of it.
Starry, starry night.
See, you don't know lyrics either.
Before
Just
I
like me.
Before I do mine, I got some submissions from Radio Labyrinth patrons. You can submit yours every week when I post it at Radio Labyrinth Patreon page, which you can find at patreon.com/Tim Andrews. Let's see. We got Brian Jackson, who says the temperance movement, get yourself free. Brett Perkins, he's gonna thrash it down a little bit. Anthrax, About Time, Pantera, Domination.
Nice.
Cheese's version of Bad. Dustin Lawler mellows it out a little bit with some Hard to Say I'm Sorry by Chicago. Wrapping up the listener submissions is Roby Neely, New Model Army, Vagabond, Drama Rama, Marry Me, and last but not least, Snap, and I've Got the Power.
I used to love the hell out of some Snap.
I did too. I like that too. I liked it a lot. Don't go yet, Ira. I got one more thing for you after I do my list.
No, that's all right. No, I'm here. I'm good.
Mine are all cat songs. The song that triggered me into sobbing was The Ballad of the Kitty by Lou Barlow off of his album Home. China Cat Sunflower, the live version from Europe 1972, Europe 72, that's the Grateful Dead. And then Cat Stevens with Can't Keep It In. Don't keep it in. You got to let it out. And I'm sorry that Cat Stevens went nuts. I still like his music.
Yeah, I like his music too. Actually, I was driving around this morning and I can't think of this tune now. One of his popular ones came on that I just hadn't heard in a while.
Morning is Broken.
Yes. Great tune.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's another feature on the Patreon page called Ask Us Anything, and we have some questions if you guys don't mind indulging.
Yeah.
First one comes from Todd Ellis. He says, if you could have dinner with 3 people alive or dead and had to get shit-faced drunk with them, who would it be?
Who's going first here?
Go first.
I don't know, 3 people. Hunter Thompson would be awesome to get shit-faced drunk with.
Yeah, just pick one. You're going to pick Hunter Thompson?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pick one too. Probably Jim Morrison.
This is a tough one. I could go so many different directions with this.
Right.
I'm
Go ahead,
Chris,
Steph.
I'm gonna say Chris Farley.
Oh, that's a good one. You'd have such a good time with him. You'd be
Right? And you just
Tonight
laugh
they're
the whole
showing the Christina Applegate vintage Saturday Night Live at 11 o'clock on NBC.
Oh, with the van down by the river.
Which is the one where Spade and Christina Applegate play the kids and Farley comes in as a motivational speaker because they were caught smoking weed.
Oh yeah. If I could hang out with 2 people, it would be Farley and Belushi. I'd hang out with both of them at the same time.
Going back to what we were talking about, Bob Odenkirk wrote that character.
Huh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No shit.
You know who I'm going with?
Who?
Rickles.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good one. You guys went happy. I went dark. Jeff.
Jim Morrison? That's not dark. That's just weird.
Lou Caniglio asks, who had the better mustache, Burt Reynolds or Tom Selleck? I'm
Oof.
That's Bert.
Yeah, but Tom was more known. Tom is a mustache.
Yeah, he's a mustache with a body behind it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go with Bert because Tom's was a little too. I think there's gonna get sauces and whatnot in it.
Alfredo.
Yeah, I feel like Bert's was a little bit more. It was a little trimmed up. You wouldn't see as much food in it.
Okay.
You got to pick one mustache, though. It's got to be Barney Miller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's definitely got food in it.
and Sam Elliott.
Robert,
Yeah, ML, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Robert Kearns asks, where in Jersey is Ira from? Did you graduate from Sterling High or one of the surrounding schools?
Sterling High. No. I'm from Cherry Hill, just South Jersey. It's about 15 minutes east of Philly.
Sean Hall asks, why does Jeff hate subtitles so much?
I just don't like reading while I'm watching TV. I like fucking playing with my phone while I'm watching TV.
No, you're supposed to pay attention to the show, Jeff.
I've done it for like when I watched Kingdom on Netflix.
Yeah.
It had subtitles, but it also had English translation, so you can listen to it in English. And the subtitles didn't say the same shit that the English people were saying.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem. You got to do subtitles.
Yeah.
Ira, now that they're both getting older and grayer, will Metallica or Iron Maiden's music have a more lasting impression? This is also from Sean.
Oh, you mean which one? Which one would have more of a lasting impression? More?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he means?
Yeah.
Oh, now that they're getting older. Oof. I don't know. I'm more of a Metallica guy than I am a Maiden guy. I was never, even though I like Maiden, I never got into them.
I like them both. I would have to agree with you that it would be Metallica.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're just more well known. I mean, Iron Maiden's more of a inside metalhead thing, but yeah, I was never a big Maiden guy.
Have you seen that commercial where the family goes, "We do have a little bit of a rat problem," and then the
Yes.
camera goes upstairs to the fucking rat.
Yeah, and
playing?
then rats in it. Yeah, yeah.
God, Stephen Piercy looks horrible though.
Oh, yeah.
Lord.
Well, and those guys hate each other. I mean, that must have been a lot of money for them to get them in the same room.
Yeah, they like money more than they hate each other. See, he has a couple more questions. I'll save those for next week.
Okay.
Brett Perkins asks, pick your favorite show from the 80s NBC Thursday night lineup. Cosby Show, Family Ties, Cheers, or Night Court?
Cheers.
Two. Cheers, yeah.
I'll
Night
take
Court.
Cheers. Night Court second. A close, very close second.
Right.
Steph?
Night Court.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're just doing one? From the Thursday night lineup?
Yeah, you got to pick your favorite one out of those four shows.
It was Seinfeld, right?
No, Cosby Show. This is early.
Oh, this, okay.
Cosby Show, Family Ties, Cheers, or Night Court? I'm going with Cheers.
Yeah, I'm going with Cheers, too. I started rewatching those recently. They're on Netflix.
Yeah, all of Cheers is on Netflix.
I know. I started,
I'll throw one on every now and then. Like
yeah,
watching the ones with the magician.
Coach. Oh,
No,
Harry the Hat.
yeah, Harry Anderson.
oh, yeah.
So Roby has a question also, but I'll save that one for next week too. Let's wrap up. Talk about what we watched real quick. I'll go first.
Well, by the way, before you get into, I like having the questions from fans.
I love it.
That's a great segment.
I'm finding stuff out about you jerks that I didn't know.
Well, good. I hope more people get involved. But if they don't, we have plenty of people who will.
Ah,
Let's see, what did we watch? I finished watching Upload. We already talked about that.
yeah.
New season of Penny Dreadful, which threw me for a loop. I really like it.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm watching it too. I'd like to see more nudity on there, but that's just me.
Well, I like Nathan Lane being in it. He's great. And
Yeah,
then-
Nathan. I was just gonna say that Nathan Lane is playing a grizzled cop kind of character, and it's off type for him, and it's pretty good.
and Brent Spiner is good as the chief.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring, Cowboy and Cocaine is the most recent episode. That one was amazing.
It was
The one
great.
Yeah.
That Herb Abrams guy.
Nope. I had no idea about any of that. The UA, whatever the hell it was called.
And next week it's the Road Warriors next week.
Awesome. Love those dudes.
And then the week after that it's Owen Hart.
Oh, shit.
You knew the whole Hart Foundation. That one's gonna be great.
Yep. Atlanta's Missing and Murdered Children, that finale where they took it where I thought it was going to go, which was blaming it on the Klan. There's all sorts of, but I mean, if you follow that and you follow the stuff that was left out of that trial, man, it just points right to the KKK.
That's crazy.
Let's
So what? So wait, what's with Wayne Williams? I'll watch it. I'll watch the thing.
watch it. I mean, I don't know. I think he there was some reason he was arrested. He was involved, but everything else is podcast. The most recent episode of Talking Sopranos podcast with Michael Imperioli and Bobby Bacala.
David Chase wrote that wrote a little script, right?
No, he wrote a bunch of different dialogue if some of the members of the show were in lockdown. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it was really funny, and they read them. And then I found a podcast last night that I'm getting into. It's called The Plot Thickens. It's a Turner Classic Movies podcast about Peter Bogdanovich, and it's hosted by Ben Mankiewicz. It's really, really
I
good.
like Ben Mankiewicz.
Yeah, I do too. I love Peter Bogdanovich.
I do too. I love his whole story.
Me too. And then they have that horrible movie with Ryan O'Neal and Shelley Long and Drew Barrymore that was loosely based on them.
Oh, really?
Mm.
What movie is it?
Irreconcilable Differences.
Yeah.
With Sharon Stone is in it. She shows her boobs. All right.
Oh, yeah?
And he was with Dorothy Stratton, right? Whenever she was murdered.
Yeah. Dorothy.
I recommend you guys watch the gallery on Disney Plus, the Mandalorian
Oh, yeah.
behind the scenes show that they're doing.
Yeah, it started already, right?
Yeah, they're only releasing one episode a week.
Okay, so
It's really good. It's like that dinner. What was the
Dinner and a
for
movie?
Five? No, Dinner for Five.
oh yeah,
Oh, with John
Yeah.
Favreau.
Yeah, the Favre show. They're like all. It's kind of like that, into the Hollywood Reporter show where they're
Mhm.
like at a table talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
and he talks to all the directors of the episodes in the first episode. So it's like to take what Toddy's in there, and
oh yeah.
yeah,
Bryce
and,
Dallas Howard.
yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard and everybody that directed episodes.
Well, our buddy's going to be in season 2, right?
Yeah, WRO now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yep.
but we don't know how involved he's going to be.
No, I know. I hope he maybe gets like to be a main character like Nick Nolte was.
I know, man.
I mean, they gave him a jacket. I don't think they just give jackets to one-off jerk-offs that just show
Yeah.
up and.
Well, I mean, the crew gets jackets.
Yeah.
But when that happens, we'll get him back on the show and we'll talk about it. He's got an NDA until the show airs.
Who's next?
Oh, I guess I can go. Yeah, I put Upload, which we talked about, and then I put. Is anybody watching Run?
Yeah, I watch Run.
Anybody else? No.
Mm-mm.
I felt the same way about Run as I did with Upload, where I was like, I don't know if this is good, but I can't stop watching it. So I think
The Merritt Weaver effect.
what episode are we on, Jeff? It's
4, I think.
yeah, because it's HBO, so you can't watch the whole thing. They're releasing it, so we're on 4, and it's an interesting concept. I won't go into the whole thing, but it's on HBO. Check it out.
I'm enjoying it. I wish there was more to it. I wish there was like some criminal shit.
Well, there might. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's intriguing. But who is it? Phoebe Waller-Bridge is
Yeah.
the Fleabag girl executive produces it, so it's interesting. And then I put besides that podcast, I put Ted Danson on Conan podcast. That was pretty. Unfortunately, they didn't talk a lot about like Cheers or any of that stuff. I mean, it came up, but they didn't go deep into any of the shows. But it was just a good, whatever,
Like one
just
of
a
the
good hang.
one of
Huh?
the first ones that has been recorded since the
Right.
home quarantine started.
And he's just a good guy. And what else did I put? Paul Feig was on Corolla. That was interesting. And then I think I texted you guys about Pete and Sebastian show.
Yeah, I want to listen to that episode.
Yeah.
So I guess Sebastian was invited by it's Madonna and U2's manager. I don't know, he met at one of his concerts, invited him to go on these kind of underground celebrity Zooms that have been happening where just like all these celebrities keep jumping on. And they're talking about, and you know how they are in that show. It's like, so tell me, who else? And he's like, oh man, he's like, it was crazy. So he's getting on all these Zooms that aren't even put out there. They're just private. But it's like on one Zoom, it was like Lenny Kravitz and Tom Hanks and McConaughey and Woody Harrelson and DiCaprio. We're all on a Zoom just talking, just about like, hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing? And there's 2 episodes where he talked about 2 of these Zooms he went on. And of course with him, he's like, look, nobody knows who I am on there. He's like, I don't know whether to say something or be funny. He's like, if I don't say anything, am I not going to be invited back? So I don't know what to do. So the 2 latest Pete and Sebastian podcasts, I'd listen to those just for that. It's pretty funny.
I started watching Dead to Me too. Anybody start watching season 2 of that?
I haven't started watching. I'm going to do it tonight, though.
Well, that's
Okay.
I've watched the first 3. It's still good, but I don't know. Maybe it's missing a little something. Second season.
Oh, really? She's
I
not
don't
as
know.
angry anymore?
Well, something happened where they brought back somebody that you didn't want to see come back.
don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What else? We got to wrap. I got to wrap. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. I gotta go.
That
Is it
Hollywood
me or
show,
what?
Tim should watch that Hollywood show because it's based on that Scotty Bowers and the Secret History of Hollywood.
I don't need to watch a dramatization of it. I read the audiobook and watched the documentary. I'm good with.
Yeah, I know. It's weird seeing like this dude playing Rock Hudson and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think you would enjoy it.
All right, I might give it a shot. You know, he's buried 6 feet 14 inches under.
All right, it's my turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. The Rick and Morty season premiere.
Yeah, that was great.
Epic. So good. Working Moms is back. Very good. Still funny. Cracked Up, the Daryl Hammond story. Wow.
What was that on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's a very, God bless it, I had no idea Daryl Hammond was so messed up. I mean, he's
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah.
At one time, they took him from Saturday Night Live in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, he's got some problems. Anyway, it's really good. It's just very sad. So I would
Okay.
definitely, if you're a Hammond fan, you might want to watch it.
You got to get together eventually, though, right?
He's as good as he's gonna be, I think.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, and he's all right, but I don't think he's gonna. It's forever a fight for him not to end up back in the nut house again.
Okay.
He's forever struggling.
I thought he got his act together.
I mean, he's okay. He was severely abused as a child,
Yeah.
and he suppressed it, and then it would come out. I mean, he's got cuts all over himself. He's been cutting
Right.
himself and doing all kinds of shit to himself, like his whole life.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is good. Sad. Watch the Jerry Seinfeld 23 Hours to Kill. His new special.
Was it good?
It was good, yeah. And
Yeah.
whenever Tim said that it is what it is, he does a whole spiel.
Was it great or did it suck?
It was good.
Yeah,
It was in the middle.
He does a whole bit about great and suck are like the exact same thing.
Okay, fair
Oh.
enough. Okay, it was great. It was great. Yeah, it was definitely worth watching. He
He
still
was really
got it.
animated in this one, I noticed.
He was.
Running
He was all
over
over the
stage,
place.
yeah.
I think it's just like, he's 65 and I mean, it's ridiculous. He's like he's 40 years old. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell he's doing, but I need some of that. But anyway, Son of a Hitman podcast. So interesting. It's
Yeah, I
about
look-
Woody Harrelson. I really think you'd like it, Tim. It's about Woody Harrelson's dad, Charles Harrelson, who went to jail for killing a circuit court judge. And not only that, they think he killed tons of other people. It's even alluding, they're going into the podcast, that he was a CIA operative and could have been involved in the Kennedy assassination. So there's all kinds of cool shit. That's a pretty cool background. And, Dark Side of the Ring and Last Dance, which if you're not watching The Last Dance, I'm telling everybody, watch The Last Dance, man. It's so good.
I watched the first episode, so
What'd you think?
I loved it. I'm gonna finish it.
Okay, good.
This is that basketball show you've been talking about?
It's
Yeah, the
it's-
Michael Jordan thing.
Yeah, the whole Bulls, and it's not just Michael Jordan. They profile all the players on the team, the marquee players like Pippen.
I was trying to
Rodman.
look for it on demand the other day, and I ended up watching that episode of the Shaq show.
Oh yeah,
Shaq had a whole show just about the Shaq life. It was on CBS. It just ended. I'm gonna go back and watch more of them.
All right, guys. Sorry for the rough start, but this was a fun show. So
yeah.
and we'll keep it this way.
Yeah.
Keep it until next week.
Are we still doing Keep It Covered?
No, we're gonna keep it canon forever. All right,
All right. Good seeing
bye
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.